Do you have a morning routine? Do you have something that you do when you get up, first thing to take care of you? Or are you a person who presses the snooze button, who keeps delaying getting up and then eventually gets up and goes, oh, off we go? Welcome to the latest episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast. And on this particular episode, I'm going to speak a lot about morning routines and how you can create one very, very easily. And I'm talking about very baby steps. If you've seen my morning routine, I'm not talking about doing that. That's like years and years in the making. And that's like my morning routine now that serves me and serves me best. You must do a routine that serves you. But how do you create one? You know, where does it come down to? Why are you not doing one? That'd be a question I could ask you. Well, look, it all comes down to discipline at the end of the day. You know, routines are all about discipline and instilling them and understanding the importance of them. Like, why should someone have a morning routine? You know, what actually is the benefit of it? Well, the most basic answer to that is it's about putting on your own oxygen mask first. You know, when you're in the airplane and say they do the safety demonstration, and if the plane's ever going to go down, and they say to, you know, put on your own oxygen mask first. Don't do it for the kids. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for yourself first. This is a big reason why. And unfortunately, too many people don't put themselves first. You know, they put themselves last, if anything. And that's not just mothers. That's most people. They put everything else first. They put checking their email, checking social media, pressing the snooze button repeatedly so their day starts really rushed, and so on and so on. Whereas you are the most important person in your life. You are the most important person in your life. And I cannot say that often enough. And it's so important to grasp that. And that then all ties into, well, if you are the most important person in your life, isn't it important then for you to be at your best at the start of each day so that you can both serve yourself and your own goals and ambitions for the day, as well as anyone that you encounter throughout the day? Because, you know, this is the beauty of taking care of you. When you take care of you, everyone else benefits. Everyone you encounter benefits. The better you are, the better you feel about yourself, the more optimal your health, your energy, and all these different things. Everyone else benefits as well, even just from your energy. Everyone will benefit just from that. So it's really important how you start your day. How you start your day impacts everything. And again, I go to the example of someone who sets the alarm, presses snooze, goes off again 5-10 minutes later, presses snooze, and so on. He usually does it until it gets to the point where they have to get up. And it's a rush, racing around, doing whatever, not eating, probably not drinking any water, then grab a coffee, or worse, a Monster or energy type drink. If they get any food, something like a croissant or such, and then start into the day. And then it's about other people, doing work for other people, or even if it's your own business, you're still serving other people. You haven't taken care of you first. And this is why it's so important to do so. Start your day in a positive way that primes you for success in the day. Okay, primes you for success. That's what you want. It's a discipline. Discipline is everything, and consistency. And if you want to achieve success in life and happiness and all these different things, you need to put you first. You need to start doing that. So, like, what should a morning routine even entail? I always say to people, you know, look at what the goal is. The goal is to prime yourself, to get yourself ready for the day ahead. What would make you better for the day ahead? Better energy, better mood, better mindset. Not as stiff and tight. Little things like that. So the first thing I'll always say to people to do in a morning routine is water. Why do I say that? You might think that's pretty strange. We are 75% water, and our brains are 83% water, with no ability to retain water. You won't have drank water in at least 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, depending how much you slept and depending how long before it was that you had water before you went to bed. It could even be 12 hours. Depends how much water you drink, and most people don't drink enough. You're dehydrated. Drink water, rehydrate your brain, instantly lift. Okay. Also, water getting into your body, going around your system, detoxifying, making you urinate, detoxifying your body. Huge benefits. Added to that, if you do things like green tea, a lemon, ginger, things like that, even better again. Alkalize your body, detoxify your body, clears out again your system. Really, really beneficial. So you might go and have one glass of water, or you might have 1 cup of green tea, lemon and ginger, or even just green tea, or just lemon. Again, what I want to stress to you about whatever I say in this particular episode of the podcast, what matters is you make a start. Do you have a morning routine right now? If you don't, even if your routine tomorrow is 1 minute, it's better than you did today. If you have a bit of a morning routine, but you can add to it, you can improve on it, then just pick one or two things I say and add them, and then focus on improving. Like my personal morning routine is about 55 minutes or so. But that's been over years I've developed that and built it. Okay. So I'm not asking you to do that. I don't expect you to do that, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to aim at just doing better than what you're doing right now. As you listen to this, what is your morning routine, if there even is one, and how tomorrow can you improve? That is it. That's the goal. That's the objective. Okay. So you got things like that. That's for hydrating, detoxifying, re-alkalizing your body, rehydrating your brain, stimulating it for energy, and so on. After being asleep all the time, your body's really tight. Your body actually shortens. You're at your shortest when you wake up in the morning. Question for you: every single animal. Now, if you've cats or dogs, you see them all the time. What do they do every time they wake up? What do they do every time they get up? They stretch. Why is that? Because when we lie down, our body shortens. It gets tight, so they loosen themselves out. You don't see loads of animals, cats, dogs, or whatever, going around, bent over because their body's so stiff and tight. You don't see them getting loads of injuries and so on. Like it doesn't happen. Now, of course, they can get joint injuries sometimes, but it depends on the breed and all, whether that happens or not. But let's just take in terms of general perspective. Not going around pulling muscles, not going around complaining about bad backs. They're not really stiff and tight every time they get up. They stretch. So I would strongly advise you to stretch. Again, might just be for 1 minute. I have 2 stretching routines in my morning routine at 2 different times. Again, I ask you to do that. But I'm just explaining to you different things you can do. That'll help to loosen up your body and make you feel better. And again, if you loosen up your body, it means the energy can flow better, because when your body's really tight, it can't. Okay? That's another thing. Listen to something that's mind motivating. It could be a YouTube video. It could be a podcast, audiobook. Feed your mind, positive mind feed. Your mind is the control tower. Get it off to a positive start in terms of how it's thinking and feeling and your thought process and so on, because that impacts your actions and decisions. So just something as simple as type into YouTube motivation video, watch that or listen to it. Podcasts, audiobooks, and so on. Like I listen to a podcast every morning during my morning routine. The only time I'm not listening to it is when I'm doing my meditation. Okay. And that's another thing to do. It's good for mindfulness. It's good for focus. It's good for clearing your head. You can do it with music or without music. I do it focusing just on nasal breathing, taking really deep breaths in and letting the deep breaths out. It's because that's beneficial, nasal breathing is, but also it's helped me focus. So I'm focusing solely on that. Now I'm constantly getting thoughts and I'm trying to push them away. The idea is I'm only focused on that and I nearly lose myself in it. And then the alarm goes off after 5 minutes, which is what I do. Again, forget the 5 minutes. If you're not doing any, just do 1 minute. Sit in silence, have music of the ocean, whatever it is, just start. Okay? Exercise medicine for the mind. Also, exercise again loosens up your body, wakes up your body. It's a great time to start your day, it's great to start your day with exercise. Like I do a 20-minute fasted cardio session. Again, not time to do exercise. In the morning, that tends to do 20 minutes. That takes 5 minutes dancing around the place to your favorite song. Again, energizes you, releases endorphins, makes you feel good. Just makes your body feel more alive. It stimulates your brain. So many benefits to it. So that's a hugely beneficial one then as well. Journaling in the morning and planning sessions, again, it's something you could do for a couple of minutes. Another one would be like a cold shower. Again, you might think, not doing that one. Again, you don't have to do it, but it's something that's beneficial. So many benefits to doing a cold shower in so many ways. Circulatory, all the different systems of your body, good for metabolism. Great way to wake up. You definitely wake after a cold shower. So like I do a cold shower and I've got a routine with it. It probably is about 5 minutes, I'd say, something like that. But you might literally go in, have your normal shower, and you might just pick one body part. It could be an arm, it could be a leg, it could be whatever, and put the coldest water onto it for even 20 seconds. It's a start. Build it up over time. Another thing I do is grounding. So I walk in the grass, stand in the grass. Again, connect with nature's energy. Take the energy and really focus on channeling that energy up through my body, taking advantage of the energies there from nature. You might think that's woo-woo, but it's not woo-woo. It's real. But you can choose where to believe it's beneficial or not. But again, I do that for a couple of minutes. You might not do it, or you may decide, no, I'm going to do that for 30 seconds. beneficial. What did I say? Step in the right direction. Where are you right now? How can I do better tomorrow? That's all that matters. How can we do better tomorrow morning than this morning? Okay. So they're the typical kind of things I would advise for morning routine and that I do personally do for a morning routine. It's up to you what you do, but what I would stress to you is have a morning routine because it sets you up for a great day. It gets your mind primed for success. It releases endorphins. It gives you energy. It makes your brain much more alert. All these things are beneficial. Think about having that as your start to your day versus, like I said, the snooze button or going straight onto your phone and checking social media or email. Think about it. So, I'd strongly advise you to have a morning routine. And please let me know any questions you have about anything I've said. Please let me know any questions you have about morning routines. Let me know what you thought of this episode. It's really important to me to get feedback and the questions you have. And there'll be a poll after this as well if you are watching this on Spotify. And please share this out to anyone that you feel would benefit. Look, it's only a short episode. Anyone who seriously wants to improve their life and all aspects of it will listen to it. So share it out there and let's help people. So that's it for another episode of the Mind Body Health podcast. Look, as always, my purpose with it is to educate, motivate, inspire, and share with you tools and strategies that I know will have a positive impact in your life. But it's up to you to implement them because remember, knowledge is not power, it's the implementation of knowledge that's power. So it's great all that I've shared with you, and I know it will impact you positively if you implement it. But if you don't, it's not going to do anything. Okay. All right. Hope that was beneficial. Do let me know. Get in touch. We're here to help you any way we possibly can. Have a good one. Keep focused and look forward to chatting to you in the next episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast.